Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Cooking with Rose International Cuisine. Today I'm happy to show you how to make fried chicken crispy and with a spicy Cajun twist. First, what we need and what I use is just 6 medium to large size dark chicken with the skin, definitely. And then I have 1 tablespoon of Creole kick seasoning, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and about half a teaspoon of pepper. We're also gonna need 3 eggs, 1.5 cups of regular flour, and half a cup of cornstarch. We're also gonna need about 1 whole bottle of Louisiana Hot Sauce. It's about 6 ounces, some additional salt and taste, and a little bit of water. And of course, when you're cooking fried chicken, y'all gonna need enough oil. I use typically vegetable oil, and then have a deep enough pan for frying, or what I use typically is my Tefal Ultimate Easy Clean Deep Fry. It's an awesome product. You can check it on my website if you're interested to check this out, and it has also temperature control. So let's get started. First, let me show you some quick tips that I learned for decades ago, how to make this quick and simple, easy fried chicken without having to, let's say, have to sit in a brine for hours and hours or even overnight. So what I do typically, my chicken, like chicken thigh, I flip it on the back and I just gently poke the meat with a fork. I've done most of these, including the leg. I'm going to show you how I do the leg. Gently peel the skin, don't damage the skin, and just poke the chicken meat. So this way, your rub and your seasoning will go in, will soak in. And I'm going to do the last piece. Just gently poke and tenderize the meat with a fork. And it's that simple. The next step, guys, and what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the chicken into this big bowl right here. And this chicken has been washed and pat dry, and we're going to mix all the spices, and half of the spices are going to go into the chicken and the other half will stay with the batter. So go ahead and stir that in. And feel free to use your hands. My hands are clean. Rub it in just like that. And because we poke the chicken with a fork, then a lot of the spices will actually go in. At this point, get the eggs, and we're gonna beat 3 eggs. That's 1, and 2, and 3. Add maybe about a couple tablespoons of water to it. Beat them up, just like that. Pour all of that into the chicken, and 1 whole can of Louisiana Hot Sauce. This is 6 ounces, and pour all those in. This will give a very good flavor to the chicken. Now, like I said, this recipe is delicious, flavorful, and you can actually, from start to finish, make this fried chicken in less than 1 hour and ready to eat them. I'm gonna stir everything in. The sauce and the eggs will all, and the seasoning will start going into the chicken. These are just tips that I learned just after cooking for decades and decades. Some of the techniques, like if you don't have time, you don't have time to have this sit in the refrigerator for several hours, and sometimes overnight, you can do this and have them ready in an hour. So here's the next step, guys. That's it. That's pretty much sitting in there. So now we're going to prepare the batter. So 1.5 cups of regular flour. To make your chicken crispier, I have half a cup of cornstarch, we're going to stir that in. Mix it up really, really well. That's cornstarch. You're going to make it crispier. And then the balance of the seasoning, just about half of it, just put it in the flour. I prefer to have seasoning in my flour, so that way you don't only have seasoning in the chicken, but you have it all over the batter. And we are ready to start frying. I already have my fryer heated at 350 degrees. So this is the next step. Grab the chicken, dip in the batter, and then dip again in the same brine and then the batter. Make it twice. The aroma is just wonderful. And the seasonings. And that's the sixth one. The reason why we're dipping it twice is to get that crispiness and that extra batter. So dip it in the flour. I'm going to transfer the chicken onto the pan and generously dip all around, because our goal is to make this crispy and juicy at the same time. All right, now I'm going to dip again these pieces into the brine like so, and coat them again with the flour. Our last two. That's it. Okay, we are now ready to fry. My fryer has been preheated at 350. The chicken pieces have been generously coated. And when you fry, make sure you have space for the lid and things like that, because you know frying can be messy. What you want to do is just gently drop the pieces, and you don't want to overload your fryer. I'm putting the chicken thighs first because they're the biggest. And looking at the size and the temperature, those are going to cook for about 15 minutes. And if you're not sure, take one out after, let's say, 13-14 minutes and check the inside temperature. The inside temperature, ideally for fried chicken, should be about 170 degrees temperature, Fahrenheit. And just put the lid back on and let it cook. After about 10 minutes or so, guys, I typically like to see how the chicken is doing. And just because I have electric deep fry doesn't mean you don't check in your chicken. One key thing I would advise y'all to do is don't flip your chicken every so often. You want to let the seasoning, all that absorb, and you don't want those seasonings to rub off and fall off in the oil. And they're going to fall off some. Oh, look at that color. Perfect. Nice brown. We'll be ready very, very soon. Lid back on. It's been 14 minutes. Let's check our chicken. Oh, they look awesome. Look at that. This is just delicious. Nice golden color, perfect, and super crispy. So I'm going to take these out of the fryer. You just have to be very careful dealing with fried foods. And whenever in doubt, guys, use the thermometer. The inside temperature of the chicken should be about 170 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's when you know your chicken is done. one is. It was, ooh, look at that. So crispy and crunchy. It's just flaking off. But other than that, to be honest with y'all, if you have the right temperature, which is 350, and cook it the right time, and the temperature control must be consistent. That is why if you like to, if you like fried foods, you may want to invest in a good deep fryer like this one. And then if you use a pot, like a frying pan, make sure you have a thermometer and always check the temperature. So back to the basics, when you're making fried chicken, make sure the chicken is at room temperature. Make sure it's at room temperature to get the best results. Time to serve them up. Here you have it. Golden fried chicken, crispy, spicy, Cajun style. Thank you for watching my channel. Peace, love, and see you soon.